Pet Society was such a big staple in my childhood Facebook gaming days, and to know that it's basically playable in 2022 with active updates, that's exciting. Since I'm gonna be likely making a ton of content around this game, let's talk about it with a little video essay. Pet Society was released by Playfish on August 8th, 2008 to the ever-growing world of Facebook gaming apps. It was seen as one of the best apps on the platform, considering that it had 50 million monthly players at the height of its glory. It basically took the idea of a virtual pet and turned it into something that you could show off. Dress them up, take them fishing so that you can put cool fish in your fancy fish tank that you paid probably a little bit too much money for, and then tell people to visit your house so they could see, and you guys can have a party, an emote, you know, you can go and interact with people. It was a fun time. Unfortunately though, all good things must come to an end, and on June 14th, 2013, the game was closed seemingly for good. Not many people were happy, but private servers weren't really a thing back then. They were talked about considering that that was around the same time that all the Toontown stuff happened, but it wasn't something that was really popularized yet. An offline version of the game was eventually released to the public at some point. I don't know the exact date of this, but I did find this post on Facebook talking about it around 7 years ago. Playability is limited because you need Flash, and as many people know, Flash was discontinued, so it's really hard to find a way to actually access a lot of those games. But there are ways around it, so if you really wanted to play the original, you can. You just need to get Flash, and then you have to hunt down the files on random YouTube videos. There's a few out there that have them. I'm sure there's a better way to do it, but that's just how I always got them. And then you gotta hope that it doesn't crash, because it does a lot. And it's kind of complicated to set up. Like, the videos, they will help. You need them, because there's just so much to it that there's so many little intricacies in order to make it function. Kind of. It's very buggy. So, it's not worth it, especially nowadays, considering that there are currently, to my knowledge, 2 apps that you can go and play. And that is where Pet Paradise and Pet Pals come in. Pet Paradise was developed by the community for the community, as some people would say. It started development in 2016, and according to their FAQ, it was released on July 25th, 2018. The worldwide release post was posted on August of the same year, except it wasn't released worldwide. There was a comment response showing that there's a person in the Netherlands who couldn't play it. The Pet Paradise is extremely close to the original game, to the point that it also has bugs where it'll randomly delete your account, not let you log in, it'll crash, and it will not give you the things that you've purchased. And yes, these issues are still current, and there hasn't been any active development since December of 2021. Just codes and item rotations from the previous years, which is really sad, because the game had a lot of potential, and based on the amount of likes, it had a pretty decent following to back it up. But if you can get it working, and you want a close to the original type of feel, I'd recommend it, but I wouldn't buy anything or spend too many hours on it, considering how buggy the game is, and it's already basically in a maintenance mode. That's not a good sign for the game. This leads me over to Pet Pals. I currently play this game, and I really enjoy it, so if you're looking for a 2022 Pet Society, I'd pick this up. It was developed in early 2019, and it had a public release later that year, although many say it's still in beta. I don't know where the devs consider it, since I don't really see a lot about, like, beta, and, like, there's alpha posts, but there's nothing beyond that, so one of those, I'm not sure. But there is some bugs that would imply that it could still be in a beta phase. But the game itself is essentially a modernized take on Pet Society, and they did a good job in setting it up for success, as it has a 4.7 star rating on Facebook Gaming, that's pretty good. Pet Pals has plenty of bugs on its own, but nothing game-breaking. I've seen a couple people say that they had issues with money processing, but I've noticed when I pay, it can take up to a few hours to actually process, because I have bought some in-game currency. So keep that in mind if you intend to actually buy some, that it could take a little bit of time to go through. I have had to contact their support, I think once, and they were very receptive, so if you do need to reach out, it's there. There's also lag upon loading some of the areas, so if you plan to play for like a long time, like a few hours or something, go into the areas you travel the most and get everything loaded so that you're not waiting on it to load and lag out. Because once you load it once, it's fine. So I would recommend popping in the stadium, playing a few games, and then going to the fishing pond and whatever stores that you may be prioritizing that day. The most recent non-item update when it comes to, like, actual game progression was on August 12th. They replaced the daily wheel with the daily missions. So it's safe to say that this game is still getting active updates, considering that that was fairly recent. And as for items, there's a ton of items to collect, and they're constantly adding new ones. I'm currently gathering the Froggy House collection for a review video that's coming soon. I'll be giving away some of the items from the set, so keep an eye out if you like free things, because I'm going to be giving some away. The gameplay itself is pretty standard. You have your fishing and your stadium for money. There's a park minigame. I haven't been able to actually play because whenever I go there, there's nobody there. It's quiet, so I've never played it. And I'm bad at the arcade games. I'm really bad at them. I haven't played them enough to really get good at them. But you can get tickets to trade in for more items through that, so that's nice. And of course, you can make friends, you can go and kiss them at their house, you can throw parties, you can even get married if you want to. Or you can take a potion that forces your pet to go poo. That's a thing. If you're interested in using me for a referral or adding me as a friend, this is my profile in game. I use Facebook Connect, so my username is that long, random string of numbers. I like to make things easier myself, rather than having to remember another password. I never know how to actually end videos like this, but if you enjoy hearing about these games and want to see more 2000s, 2010s gaming content, leave a like, add a comment, and hit subscribe. If you're wanting early access to my videos, you can check out my Ko-Fi link for more information. And I feel like this is a good time to also say you can check out my other socials, which are also in the description. Yeah, I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you all next time.